Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. Is comfortable, is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee, da-dee, a fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-lie-da-lie. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Guten Abend, mein Herren Donnen. I am Greta, and I will be your bartender for the evening. I wish to welcome you to the in-between. We even have opening credits. Allow me to demonstrate like this. Those are pretty good opening credits, if you don't mind me saying. Because I know many things. For I am your bartender for the evening, and I tend the bar here at the in-between. I know what you are thinking. What is a buxom barmaid like myself doing in an establishment such as this? It is a very good question. I got my start as a beautiful and dulcet torch singer in the cabaret. I was known for singing the pants of the women. It was very sexy times. But I am here now. I am happy to be serving cocktails to the masses. Tonight, I have created a very special cocktail for you. Would you like to see it? You will enjoy it, I assure you. Allow me to demonstrate. First, you take big picture. And then, I'm going to call this cocktail the Mab Mosa. Yes, I know what you are thinking. I have heard of this. No, you have not. For you see, the Mab Mosa is an interesting twist. First, you take basil, these big green leaves, which I have heard can be used as currency in some parts of the world. Most notably, Awesome Town. Look how much basil. I'm very, very rich. You see the mirth. I am very funny. More basil. I am not done. You take this basil and a wooden spoon or a special instrument of mushing, and you do what they call muddle. It is my understanding you scrub the leaves. You tear the leaves and bruise you, and you will like it. Look at that. Oh, they are so mushy. This is my favorite part. Oh, I like to half it. Oh, okay. I have muddled the situation enough. Maybe I will put in some Prosecco. The special kind with a twist top. None of that fancy French poodle piss they call champagne. This is way better. Look at that. You just measure with your heart. Can you feel the love? And then, because I am classy, I got the pink lemonade. And then I pour that in there. Look at that. It's like pink champagne, but it is pink Prosecco. Oh. If you like, garnish with more of this. Yes, look at that. Oh. Then you top it with ice. And then drink it. Refreshing. I call this a mimosa. I like more garnish. I do not know what kind of night we are going to have here at the in-between worlds. But I do know if I drink all of this, it will be pretty good time. So, I understand there is weather happening. So, People will be showing up like they do. And I will be sure to serve them. Oh, so refreshing. A very, very refreshing cocktail. Whenever they just feel free to come in. Oh. Hello.
Whoa, it's pretty nasty out there.
We'll come in to the in-between. How may I be of service to you? Any cocktail.
Yeah, I'll definitely take a cup of that.
Okay, it's called Mimosa. I named it after this hot chick I know.
Cool.
Okay.
I hope I meet this Mosa someday.
Woo! It is so refreshing on a night like tonight. Tell me, what brings you to the inn?
Well, I'm definitely not here on purpose. There's no way I'm making this gig in time.
Musician. I sing songs too. I was a torch singer. Very, very sexy torch singer. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, that's nice. It's got some kick.
Goes down smooth.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I also have cheese.
Oh.
You like cheese?
Yeah.
Have a piece.
Mm.
Well, good, huh?
Mm.
I wonder if we have other people.
I'm terribly sorry. I seem to have stepped out of your broom closet. That's the normal front door over there, is it?
Well, we have many doors here at the in between.
I'm used to such things. Good heavens. I could certainly use some refreshment. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gordon Pym.
I am Greta, your bartender for this evening.
Oh, pleased to meet you, Gordon. My name is Judas P. Metallica, and I am really proud of you, man.
You are proud of me. Oh, how interesting and human. Do you mind if I step behind the bar and make myself a cocktail? I have something very particular. If I may. I'm sure your mimosa that I see sitting there. I recognize a lot of basil in that. That's valuable currency in some realms. Might I step behind there for just a moment, please?
I will allow it.
Oh, very good. I've brought my own thing. Pardon me for just.
These are unorthodox, but I'm
excuse
curious.
me for just a moment, and I need a little bit more of. Yes, of course.
Well, we don't know how long he was in that closet. He may have developed a new society of some sort.
Perfect. There we are.
It would not be the first time that has happened here.
Excellent. And the final touch is some cold iron, just to make sure. Very good. All right, it is clear. I call this the final syllable.
I like that. You are welcome. Please do come in.
Thank you.
I know it is a busy night. We have one table that you all must share, but I think you guys will get along pretty nicely.
Oh, good heavens! Dr. Claymont, it is surprising to see you here. Yes. If only I could hear you, that would be amazing.
Listen, it is not my fault if you have not gotten your ears checked lately.
I've spent some time in the broom closet.
Indeed.
Cobwebs.
In fact, I have my bag here. Would you like me to give you a little bit of an exam?
Oh, I thought you weren't supposed to put anything in the ear that was bigger than an elbow. I'd heard that.
From whom?
Oh, it was some after-school special, I believe.
Indeed.
I mean, not without stretching.
Oh.
Stretching is very important.
Your elbow or someone else's elbow?
The after-school documentary was unclear.
Well, we should get back to that. Well, bonjour. This is a quaint little establishment that I have found myself in.
Dankeschön, darling. Dankeschön.
Oh, is that what your accent is? Quaint?
Great.
I'm always glad to learn about a new culture.
Indeed.
Peter.
Well, what are we having here today?
Excellent question. Tonight's cocktail would be the mimosa. It is a clever mixture of basil and prosecco and pink lemonade.
Prosecco is not my first choice, but I will
Yes.
try a little bit, I think.
Please allow me to pour you glass. Big glass or little glass?
Oh, I think just a little more. Oh, perfect. Oh,
Okay.
thank you very much.
I might be in trouble already.
Mm.
Oh, Dr. Sabine, could you hold up your glass for me for just a moment, please? One can never be too careful with the entities we deal with. I'll just make sure that use the rune. There we are.
Yes.
You should be fine now. Yes.
Merci, Mr. Pym.
Yes. Of course.
I love this. You guys are so adorable. You think we have entities here? You know, some people say that the in-between is haunted. I have heard other bartenders say we have spirits and whatnot here. I assure you, there is no such thing as ghosts or other specters of any kind.
Oh, ghosts. I thought you said goats. I was concerned that there were
We
goats.
have plenty of goats, but ghosts,
Oh, I see.
they are fabrication. I do not believe they exist. I believe anyone who's seen them, very fanciful tale teller.
It's probably best for your sanity that you continue in that belief that they do not exist.
I think I would agree with Monsieur Pym.
You believe that they exist.
Look, I think you should keep clean, but I've seen a ghost.
Ooh. Pray tell, Mr. What was your name again?
You can call me Judas.
Fantastic. Judas?
Was it Doctor?
Maybe Dr. Sabine Clement. That is my name. So tell us about this ghost, Mr. Metallica.
Yes, please. I would be very, very curious to hear more about it, actually.
Well, I don't know if you all have ever been dungeon delving before.
Maybe once
I've
or
certainly
twice.
found myself in a number of ruins, yes.
Yeah, we've all been there. You know, I mean, like, dungeons have some dark corridors. There was this one time we were down on the 5th level of this creepy dungeon, right?
Yes.
And out of the corner of my eye, I think I see something move.
Oh, Lala.
I think I see a shadow. But when I look, it's gone. And then we had to fight 3 zombies and 2 apparitions and a lich. So don't tell me the supernatural's not real.
Oh, that sounds very, very scary.
How interesting, yes.
Yeah, it was the first time I met those zombies.
Quick question for you. Were you sober at time?
Probably not, no.
Yes, I don't know.
Interesting. Was there any physical manifestations that you were able to acquire after your encounter?
Yeah, we looted all of them.
Looted.
Yeah.
Any money dust or anything of the sort?
I mean, like, found like an old locket.
Interesting. I'll look at.
That sometimes in the middle of the night you can hear a faint weeping coming out of it.
I see.
Not a quick question. Was it you who was weeping?
No. That would make it like a sound recorder. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if you could record sound?
I see. I would be interested at some point in the future taking a look at that locket you discovered, if that would be all right. It doesn't have to be now, but just at some point, if we could exchange information, I would be very interested in that locket.
Indeed.
I mean,
Quick
got it
question
here.
for you,
Oh,
Gordon Spear. Are you saying you believe him like you think that the ghosts are real?
Oh, of course, I very much so. I'm just going to touch it with a little bit of cold iron just to be safe. Very good. It's very interesting. I'm not sure of the culture. Dr. Sabine, here, if you would here, take this.
Yes.
Yes, it's over this way. It's very confusing. Yes, between worlds, it's very, very.
It is. I get my left and right even in the real world.
That's fair. I get that a lot.
That did not look Mycenaean to me.
No.
You've exposure to the Mycenaean, but there are similar elements.
It does a little bit. It is very ornate, that is for sure. And I am definitely getting as the kids say nowadays, a vibe from this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would say, in my professional opinion, that you in fact have a haunted locket.
Indeed. May I again, Dr. Sabine? Thank you.
I mean, it looks like a locket to me. What makes it so haunted?
Well, it's certainly the runic inscription is in a language. It is similar to an amalgamation of a cuneiform and linear B, which is a very odd combination to have. I don't quite recognize the language.
Dwarvish.
Dwarvish.
Dwarvish, probably.
Dwarvish. I'm not familiar with the Norse writing systems as much as I should probably be. Here you are, Judas. You can return this to you.
Thank you.
I would recommend storing it in a lead-lined box whenever you are not using it.
I find this very intriguing. You have saying this is a very haunted locket here in our establishment.
Oh, most certainly. My vast professional opinion, absolutely.
I see. What if I don't have a lead box? I suppose there's one you can sell to me at a fraction of the retail price. Buddy, I've met your kind in bars before.
Oh, oh, good heavens, no, sir. You do not have a lead-lined box, you say? Well, please, here, I happen to have brought this one with me. You can have it. Please take this and definitely store your item in this for safekeeping, please.
For nominal fee, right?
You're not a wandering lead box salesman?
Surprisingly, no. I know that comes as a shock to many.
You get so used to meeting lead box salesmen in bars, you just assume at this point.
I certainly do not know your personal experiences, but I am sorry that you feel that way. My business is the containment of the unknown, or the supernatural, as you call it. That is my primary occupation and avocation as well.
Oh, you're a cleric!
Of a sort, I suppose you could say, yes.
I would be very interested in hearing a story of a testimonial, if you will, to say what you do for a living with this.
I am the managing director of SAVE. That is the Society of the Eternal Silver Way. We were founded in the 1800s by a bunch of philanthropic gentlemen in order to contain the unknown, or the supernatural, as you call it. Most people like yourself, Greta, do not believe, and it is probably best for everyone involved to continue that charade. I do employ certain individuals like Dr. Claremont here to assist in the containment of the unknown and its denizens and its artifacts.
Tell me a story of one such denizen. I wish to know. What did it look like?
Well, I will tell you of one that our operatives dealt with some time ago. Not Dr. Claymont. I want to just tell you of a different, dare I say, adventure, if you will. There was a number of grisly murders occurring across the entire country of the United States, and at various cities, and we tracked it down to one particular individual arriving at these cities. The victims were bloated from massive poison. They had puncture wounds all over them. Sections of them torn, their flesh rended, the smell of brine everywhere at the murder scenes. We tracked it down to one individual, a winner of.
It was a psychopathic maniac with a knife.
No, it was a demure.
Was it a bear?
It was a demure 19-year-old beauty pageant winner.
With a knife.
Unarmed. However, we did manage to track down that off the coast of New Jersey, a crown, a tiara had been washed up of silver, intricate design of unknown origin, and they were using that as the crown for the pageant. And this winner was going around the country on their tour after having won. And whenever they wore the crown under the light of a full moon, a hideous transformation would occur. They became, how do I say this, part lionfish, and would attack everything and anything around them. We got confirmation of this when the operatives foolishly placed the tiara after having removed it from the custody of the beauty pageant queen and placed it on the head of an unsuspecting cab driver. The cab driver immediately transformed and ripped through the cab, made its way on foot and fin back to its home, where it proceeded to eviscerate its own family. Hole up in the attic, the operatives managed to track it down there, and it was eventually bludgeoned to death by one of our operatives, a gentleman who went by the name of Lead Pipe Eddie. He was a London thug. He dispatched the creature, set fire to the establishment, and as far as the authorities know, it was merely a case of bad luck with a house fire.
I remember the story.
This sounds a lot like science, where you put tiaras on cab drivers. I think this kind of science.
The operative in question did not survive long. Not Lead Pipe Eddie, the operative who put that on the head of the taxi cab driver. Mr. Lead Pipe made certain of that.
Plus, it's not really science unless you're also putting a non-cursed tiara on a cab driver as a control.
Science.
Very true. You want a double-blind study in these cases.
Judas, you speak the truth. Well said, sir. Well said.
Oh, thank you.
It is a very gruesome story, I must admit.
In my experience, most of the supernatural is very gruesome, is very powerful, and is very evil.
Yes, very much so.
I mean, I got to say, we get a lot of interesting clientele come through the doors here at the In-Between. But I find that almost none of them are psychotic and murderous, at least under these roofs, because this inn has a way of ejecting such denizens,
And then it sounds like you have one of the benign forces of the unknown working in your favor here at the inn, and I commend you for that.
I was about to say, it sounds like as if your fine establishment here is very protected by something.
Oh, yeah, it's sentient. The inn.
Oh, and you would not think that is supernatural?
It's just a building. It's just a very smart building.
I see. Your definition of what is unknown and what is unknown to myself are quite different.
Well, It is no psychotic tiara,
Hmm.
although I would look incredible in that tiara.
I'm
We
sure
did-
you would.
We suspected it was Atlantean in origin.
Oh.
Just perhaps not at the full moon.
Yes, perhaps you want to wait till a waxing gibbous to place it upon your head.
Yeah, no, I don't
Underneath the
wax
gambrel
my
roof
beard,
somewhere.
but thank you for waxing.
Yes.
I like it all natural.
Dr. Clement, I'm sure you have, in my service, you have had many encounters. Perhaps you could enlighten Greta to some more of the horrors that we face protecting
Absolutely.
humanity.
Oh, well, you can say I have been in Save since I was a baby. I was raised by them because unfortunately, my family was gruesomely murdered by what you would call a loup-garou. Mr. Pym, how would you say a loup-garou? A werewolf, as you say?
I believe that is the Americanized version, yes.
Yes. So basically, there was something called the Beast of Verdun, which is where I'm from in France, the Verdun Valley.
The Beast of Burden?
Verdun. Verdun. Oui.
You are not saying every syllable in that word.
We don't need
Verdun.
all of the words, all of the syllables, all of the
Verdun.
letters.
Verdun. Verdun.
Well, you can't say the last syllable.
No.
No, for I have the final syllable right here. Another one, thank you. That is a lovely segue, Judas. I appreciate it.
Indeed. But anyway, so when I was a child, this beast came into my family's home and sort of oh, yes, Verdun. Exactly, Sally. Verdun. And ripped apart all of my family. And the save agents came and saved me from that. And so I grew up learning from Mr. Pym and from the other one. And then, of course, I became a combat medic and a doctor. So
cleric.
yeah, of course, this could do cleric's eel, correct?
Yeah.
The eel? Oh, excellent. So yes.
Everyone likes eels.
Yes, I love sushi.
Yeah, I love a good eel pie.
I do like an eel. Oh, no, eel, not eel.
Oh, yeah. I definitely see the difference.
Imagine, if you will, a silent H in there.
Yes. Wait. Heel.
Okay. I appreciate the effort.
Merci. Anyways, so that is when I go on these missions, I do not like to enact violence. I like to be the person who stitches everyone up in a moment of crisis. In fact, most recently, we were near the Isle of Crete, and we were talking about the Minoans. And so we were in this, how would you call it, a cairn or a big cave, where there was lots of...
Eels.
No, not the eels. It was a labyrinth. Yes? So very...
Oh, yes, you did actually discover the labyrinth hypnosis. Yes.
Yes, we did, indeed.
That is pretty
If you are familiar with your Grecian mythology, so we were going and, oh, the stench of this animal, it was like, oh, the worst combination of sewage and musk and odor, and he was giant, huge. He had a giant bull head and a man's body, but not just a man's body, like a man.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Not very long, because we were fighting this fascist faction. And,
You said fascist?
fascist, yes. This was,
Yes, Italian fascists.
Italian fascists, yes. And they were scary. The Minotaur was also scary. And
Fascists are scarier. That has
I
been
would
my
say-
experience.
I would agree most heartily. and we were in this cave and we were trying to fight it, and this bull, he ran into this poor man with more speed and strength than I could even imagine, and basically with his horns bisected his torso from about the rib cage down, bisected it, and unfortunately all of his major organs fell out, which unfortunately in my experience is had I been in a sterile environment with a proper operating theater, I might have been able to do something about it. But at the moment, I could not do anything for him, even though he was a fascist. And then, of course, the Minotaur came for me, and I was trying to run away, and then I had to grab my bag, and then it hit me, and I took some damage, and it was not a good time. And then we ran as fast as we could, because that thing was
a wild animal, it sounds like.
Yes.
Yes.
The Minotaur was no figment of their imagination. That is for certain.
It was not an apparition, but it was a wild animal.
It was. My colleague Speedy, he took quite a bit of damage, and I had to do a little bit of saving for him.
Yes, I feel sorry for the creature. Its origins are tragic at best.
Very cursed. I have heard this story of the Minotaur. He was very sad.
I haven't. Was it made by a wizard?
In a manner of speaking, yes. There was a king and a queen of the Minoan civilization, and the queen and the king were disrespectful of the gods, and let's just say that an unholy union between.
She got busy with a bull.
Yes, the queen did, and the poor Minotaur was the offspring thereof, and cursed by the gods. It ate human flesh.
Whoa, I did not expect that kind of story here.
But, as the thing, it sounds to me like it was what you said, very tragic.
Oh, I'm sorry, was that too lighthearted for you, Judas? I have sadder tales, if you like.
Oh,
but you see, it was not spectre, it was wild animal. And I feel bad because he was tormented and treated very badly, came from clearly broken home. And, so he's not ghost, right? It's just, genetics.
I mean, eating humans is no way to make friends.
That is true.
Unless you're a really good cook. But yeah, I see what you're saying. But
now that I got a better idea of what kind of tale we're exchanging here, where I come from, ghosts and vampires, liches and zombies are just kind of everyday obstacles. Just things you have to.
Horrible.
Nah, it's got its benefits.
Oh.
Well, if you have a good cleric, it sounds like you guys don't have a lot of magic flowing around in your world.
Our experience is that anything of the unknown is usually very uncontrollable and usually quite antithetical to human life.
Well, we have more than one type of that in our world, and some of them are pretty sweet. For instance, I sold my soul to a deity named Grok.
Grok? Grok.
Yeah.
I have heard of Grok.
God of music.
Oh.
And a great boss.
Grok and roll, you have heard of it. It is pretty kicking. Sometimes we do karaoke nights with Grok and roll.
Oh, so it's so you have your gods? You have relationships with the gods?
Yeah, it's not uncommon to just talk with your deity of choice, and Like, it's like, oh man, I'm having a bad day. Grok, can you help me out here? And if Grok's not doing anything, or like, I don't know what it's like on the other thing. I'm not going to make assumptions, but he'll just be like, gotcha. And like, pshoo, 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 pshoo.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
exhilarating.
But
He does the finger guns and everything.
Grok is really awesome. Like, not every deity is as cool as Grok, but, it's hard to beat the best.
Yeah, that is fair enough. Here in where we come from, Mr. Pim and I, a lot of the time when you speak to your deities, they answer in more subtle and mysterious ways, you could say.
It sounds pretty lame. I'll be honest. It sounds like your deities could kind of step it up a little.
Usually we do not want them to, for when the ones that have manifested in our world do, the havoc and the harm they cause is immeasurable.
Indeed.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. But what I was trying to say is, even in the world of comparative non-threatening wonders that I come from, there's still like things that are unexplainable, things that just don't make sense, and things that kind of stick with you. And I mean, this didn't happen to me personally, because I don't know if I would have survived, but a friend of mine was there, and he was a big dude. It was a bunch of big dudes. I mean, in any world there are gangs. There's an underground criminality, and there are people who get ticked off. Well, there was a hit out.
Fascists, yes. Fascists.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We have them too, yes.
Oh, we just usually call them criminals.
Mm-hmm.
But
Little bit of this, little bit of that.
Often the same.
this one boss had a hit out on him, so he got all of these bodyguards around. I've seen armies that were less intimidating than just the few guys that were there.
Oh là là! Quel horrible!
When all of a sudden, one of them just drops to the ground. Started blood everywhere. Just, they didn't see anything. It doesn't look like there's anyone or anything in the room, just the boss and these few guys, my friend who was a bartender.
To your friend, yes.
And then another one drops.
They just disappeared?
No, just he just drops dead. They can't see what did it. No idea what's going on. When someone says, "Hey, did I just see a flash of yellow?" They all get super tense. They crowd around. They're doing a formation around the boss. When my friend sees a flash of yellow that strikes one of them like lightning and takes away the man's throat.
Oh.
It's just down to 2 guards and the boss. And it's clear that whatever creature there is just playing with them.
Wait, I must know what happened to the bartender.
Oh, well, I'll get to that. Because both of the 2 guards' heads just fly off, and their bodies fall like just like blood, like everywhere. It's like,
That does happen with head injuries.
yeah, like, have you ever seen an artesian well?
Oh, yes, I have.
Like that, but red.
That is vivid.
So the boss is obviously terrified. When? And I know it is going to be very, very hard to believe. But a banana walks forward.
Okay, you go too far.
A banana! I'm telling you! This
banana?
banana assassin, which I believe they call the banana assassin.
Banana assassin.
Banana assassin.
Banana assassin.
Yeah, the banana assassin says you shouldn't have I don't know. Something about the hit. I forget the details of that because that was like the boring part. Totally kills the dude. And then the bartender's like freaked out. And he's like, "Can I get you a drink, sir?" And the banana says, "As long as it's not a daiquiri." And says, "Nah, it's okay. You're a bystander. It's cool. Whatever." Just walks out. He grumbling a lot. He was a very angry banana from what I've heard. But man, like,
how anthropomorphic would you say this banana was? Did it have full banana fleshed limbs?
it had like little dinky arms and legs just coming out of this banana. Like there's no way they could move like they did, but they did. It's the most. I would rather be tied to an owl bear than ever meet the banana assassin.
2 questions really fast.
Okay.
1. Did the banana assassin... Bartender Greta, what is that behind you?
It is the Josepho.
Fair enough.
Continue. I must know. You guys are leaving me in great suspense.
Okay.
I did not anticipate such amazing stories tonight.
Assuming that the people that were affected by the banana assassin were similarly to us in our anatomy, how exactly did the banana assassin decapitate these people? Did he have a weapon of some kind? Or was it a force of his movement? Do we know exactly?
I don't know how the banana assassin operates.
Whew.
I can't answer those questions. It could be magic. It could be extra dimensional force. Like, all I know is that there's nothing faster than a banana.
There is nothing faster than a banana?
Yeah, I don't think they exist. Sounds like pure fiction to me.
Wait, Greta, behind you!
What I was writing? What was that?
I saw something.
There's books.
No,
Cheers.
there was something behind you. It was yellow.
Whoa.
It's like this book is here. This one is yellow. Like yellow. It's like the lighting in here. It makes a lot of things look yellow. It's okay.
Doc, I am like, if you are joking, please stop because I'm freaking out a little. I like most people from where I'm from are terrified of the banana assassin.
Fear not, perhaps it was a trick of the light.
They don't exist. That is ridiculous.
No, bananas are real. I've eaten one before. But don't tell the assassin I did.
I think I am going to take another big drink.
Indeed.
I'm definitely.
Yes, our experiences with gods in Dr. Claremont and mine's world are usually either apathetic or rather unfortunate in their outcomes. So to hear you say that in your world the gods actually listen to you, do they?
Well, some do and some don't.
That is very fair.
Yeah.
I guess. Also, there is a kind of magic in our world. It is just very hard for us humans to manipulate it. Although I have heard of certain people who have, what you say? Yes, hands, but also like extra perceptory, extra senses, you could say.
Oh,
It's
yes.
really like
Extrasensory hands.
yes, their hands are very sensitive.
Phantom hands.
I hear you get that if you are amputated at some point.
That is actually fact, because your brain is remembers the neural pathways that your nerves have. So they think that your hand is there, but it's not. It's very interesting.
Speaking of ghosts, yes.
What can the phantom hand do? Can you punch ghosts with it?
Is it
Does
like a
it
mage
have
hand?
advantage?
It's more like you can feel it tingling.
It's jazzy, very jazz hands.
Yes, a jazz hand that no one can see.
Oh, just like in my world, if something was a phantom hand, it would probably be for punching ghosts. So, like, Greta, can you make sure I do not get dropped off on their world? It sounds really scary and less fun.
I meant to tell you this. The tip that they have for the in between is go out the door you came in. That is the trick.
Fair enough.
That seems to make a great deal of sense.
Yes.
That's good philosophy in life too.
Indeed, always go back the way you came.
Or move forward if you like. I don't care which door you go in or out of, because it could be a good explorations for other opportunities. No scenery.
I just have a feeling that if I ended up in their world, I would not last very long.
Oh, no. Our world is very, in a lot of ways, it's very nice. Not everything is trying to kill you all the time.
The supernatural in our world is actually quite rare and limited. It is not rampant everywhere, which is why we are able to combat it as we do with such limited resources, because it is not nearly as prevalent as apparently it is in your world.
It sounds like your world is quite exciting.
Yeah, I mean, everything is trying to kill you in my world, but like, it's you kind of appreciate the honesty.
That's fair.
Fair.
Yes, and it's like, another tour, right? It would be like, I need that this cocktail to stir itself. And so I say to spoon, do the thing, stick it in there. Invisible hands, daddy, and their cocktail. I could make drinks in half the time. I like efficient cocktails.
Yeah, if you learned Mage Hand, you could like carry the drinks to the tables with it.
Mage Hand. Can you explain that to me, please? Mage Hand?
It's a spell. If you're particularly tuned to the magical energies where I'm from, you can manipulate them to aid you, or what's the opposite of aid to your enemies?
Hinder?
Yeah, oh yeah, those are good. You guys are good with words.
Very often, that's all we have to work with against the supernatural in our world.
Oh yeah, verbal components are very important.
Okay,
Very
you
true.
guys, the bar back dropped this off. Is this what you were worried about? They're like little pipe cleaners for cleaning pipe, and they just.
That's just what it looks like.
If you had like 2 or 3 more of them and you took them and you put them in a bowl and you mashed them up and you threw some flour, a bit of sugar, and you bake it at 350 degrees for 20 minutes, you would have an amazing bread.
See, now look, it just opens up like this. Why are you so scared of the banana?
Well, that's not the banana I'm afraid of. I'm just so afraid of that one particular banana.
So it's not the banana you know, it's the banana you don't know that frightens you.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never met the banana assassin.
No, Was this the yellow thing you saw? Maybe it was a bar back.
Perhaps. Also, I think the one that I saw was a little bit more yellow than that one.
Hmm.
Little less ripe, I would say.
They do go south very quickly.
Yes, you must consume them, unless you could make them into the banana bread, which is very tasty.
I will not be making daiquiris, though, based on this one's advice.
Oh, well, just don't make one for the banana assassin.
I do not particularly care for daiquiris anyway. They're a little too sweet for my taste.
Duh. This
No,
is good.
your predilections toward addictive substances run in a different fashion.
Very much so, yes, indeed, Mr. Pym.
I will say this is definitely gone to my head.
A hot bottle of Prosecco will do that to you.
Yes, indeed.
So far, it's only been about half a bottle, but I may have done things. There are no regrets, but
No.
I am not closing up tonight. That is for sure.
Je ne regrette rien.
Woo! It goes
So,
out easy. That is a problem.
so Greta, if you have pipe cleaners at your bar, does that mean you also have smokable? Well, I was gonna ask if you had hookah.
Here at the in between, we have very many exotic things that just show up on your tables.
That's fair.
In fact, we only had one table tonight, and I just noticed another one popping up. So we may be getting more guests. I don't know how it does. My shift does end very soon. Thank you. No, it's okay because I am only halfway done with this, so maybe it was this much prosecco mixed with lemonade, and this is more prosecco than I have had in a while.
And Prosecco is quite sweet, is it not?
It sneaks up on you, that is for sure.
And it tends to go right to your head. Well, as a doctor, I would highly recommend definitely lots of water after this, maybe a couple of aspirin. Make sure you eat a good meal before you go to bed.
Oh yeah, I've been nibbling cheese. I am not technically supposed to be these completely in my cups at the end of the night, but your company has been most riveting, and I do like your stories. I will say none of them sound like ghosts to me, but they all sound like monsters or, things that creeped in through the cracks, which sometimes happen. Like bad guys, like
Fascists?
Do you have time? Do you have time for one more story? I do not know when
I
you have.
would love to hear one more story.
Because I do have one of an actual, what you would call an actual ghost,
This is what I want to hear.
and involves a god as well.
Okay, I like where we're going. Tell me.
I do not know if you are familiar with the earth god known as Crom.
Crom!
That one exactly. It has been popularized in our culture through various writers of fiction. However, it is based in reality. There's an ancient Celtic Irish god known as Crom. He was known and worshipped in a place called Ballymagoran in Ireland, on an area called the Plains of Adoration. I will not butcher the Celtic language by trying to pronounce its actual Celtic name. We know this for fact because he is referenced in the Irish poetry of the time. There is a story of St. Patrick coming there and discovering the god Crom. He was a great golden idol, and he crushed him underfoot and flattened him as part of St. Patrick's Christianizing Ireland.
But that's cool.
in the late 1700s, there was a priest in Ballymagoran by the name of Seamus who he discovered the gold that was once made up the idol, and for vainglorious reasons of his own, crafted a golden bell from it, hoping to enhance his own prestige and glory. However, unbeknownst to him, the spirit of Crom still existed inside that gold. And with a lightning bolt from the heavens, the church steeple was crushed, the bell fell upon and destroyed Seamus. And that is where things lay until many years later, when a priest came and tried to revitalize the church in that region, and discovered the gold, and unfortunately also released the trapped spirit of Seamus, the priest, who had been crushed underneath the bell. Seamus decided to try to appease Crom by killing the local citizenry. He's not a very good student. Crom, if you read the old legends, accepted a third of production as a sacrifice. Unfortunately, Seamus misread that as the third. And so every third son and daughter in that poor village of Ballymagoran was being brutally slain to appease Crom, until some intrepid future SAVE members managed to stumble across the scene and find the golden bell and ring it in a consecrated church tower, thereby dispelling the ghost of Seamus and also Crom. Unfortunately, in the process, also dispelling the 3 leprechauns that lived in the area and who were actually quite benign. They begged him not to ring the bell, but they had to in order to save the village. So there is your ghost story.
Indeed.
Those poor leprechauns.
Yes, they were 3 leprechaun brothers. The saddest part of all, there was an old woman who was a widower, and owned a little bed and breakfast in the town. Her husband had died of a heart attack many years before, and unbeknownst to the poor widow, it was because he had stumbled across the leprechauns in their true form, gave him a heart attack. The leprechauns felt bad, and one of them had actually promised to dance with the old widow. And when our friends returned to the bed and breakfast, there she was on the step, crying, saying, "I'll never get my dance now."
Oh, that is so sad. Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, did I bring down the room?
I don't mind. I like a good story that is all about the reality, the harsh, bitter truth.
Such is life sometimes. You must make difficult choices.
Duh.
There are spirits that are whispering in my ear from London through the fog, and yes, that is a very, very poignant story, and I feel a deep connection to it.
Indeed.
I wish to say thank you so much for the amazing stories that you have all shared this evening.
I would like to thank you for your hospitality here in your quaint little inn.
Very much
Bananas
so.
notwithstanding.
You will find that when you need the inn, we are here. We are the in-between.
Formidable.
What do I owe you for the beverage?
Of course.
We accept whatever currency you wish to donate.
Oh, well, I don't have any currency, but I have in. How about a chunk of meteorite, perhaps?
Of course, this is most acceptable.
I'll put that in
Thank
that
you
slot.
very much.
Here's some currency, my friend. And a little extra for yourself.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Would you accept? I have a little bit of morphine.
Oh, yeah, no, it would go good. I like a good morphine. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So, before we go, I will give you all an opportunity to speak your final words of the evening, if you wish. I will start with you, Judas P. Metallica.
Well, tonight definitely turned around for me. I was pretty bummed out that I wasn't going to make the gig. I mean, I'll still make it. I'll probably stay a couple extra days to make up for it, but this ended up being a really nice evening, and I learned so much about so many different worlds, and it really makes me appreciate Grok. Thanks, Grok.
You're welcome, dude.
Oh, merci for this wonderful opportunity. I don't quite know how I got here. I was just wandering in the store, but I am so glad you have made both of your acquaintances, Mr. Pimu as well. And it is always good to stop for a moment and learn from each other and tell stories. That is what we are here for. It makes the world a little bit brighter.
There is much darkness in the world that we strive against all the time, and it is very good to occasionally take a moment and step away from that eternal struggle in order to meet new people and make new friends. And I am very appreciative of that. And my time here at the inn, also, I very much both loathing and entranced by Judas's world, and I wish to explore it at some point. Perhaps I will leave by a different door today.
Many wonderful guests, as always, here at the In Between. I do love a good story tonight. I think that was definitely a good time had by all. What do you think, Yadrik? That's what I thought. I gotta go get some tables. I'll go get you another cocktail in just a minute, okay? Thanks. Hey. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I do greatly appreciate it. I might take a moment to tell you a little bit about some other things that you can catch here. Maybe not at the in between proper, but in this airwaves. You see, we have like this kind of thing. Yes, look at that, all of that. So the next one would be Modern Monday with Lady Prudence. It's a very good music. We have her music playing. On Tuesdays, it's Sonnets with Shakespeare. And then in the evening, maybe not, The Curse of the Feywild will be returning probably September. But for the meantime, we are doing The Veil of the Failed and Fallen, which is an original game written by Robert Turk. On the Wednesdays, crafting with the crew. We get crafty with that one. Sometimes this one. We make things. But at 9 p.m., our favorite gothic horror gaming returns. Spooky stories. But on Thursdays in the AM, it is often the Flash Phantasmagoria stories, where you craft the spooky stories with Handler Z. And sometimes the Gloom Master too. And at 8 p.m., we rotate this show as a week. I don't know if you know this about this particular wonderful month is we get a bonus Thursday. I don't know what we're going to do. So next Thursday, it's a big old question mark. But the Thursday after that is our Patreon Saint game, where we invite our saints of the Patreons to play games with us. With the Soft Adam Anjanou is the GM. And then
Don't forget to buy music at hobtheshow.bandcamp.com.
all this. And we do have sponsor peoples. I'll go quick. Let's see. Oh, hey, look there. It's Mab's Mobile Mercantile. She makes stuff. You got to love a Mab. And then the tabletop teas. We got one of those. Those are the only cards that I have. So take a glass, raise it high, and thank you for joining us here at the In Between with closing credits that look a little bit like this.
Merci.
C'est bon, très bien. Click.
Try not to get eaten by wolves, everyone.
Indeed.
Or wear tiaras.
Mm.